Hi everyone, it's Sarah here and it is day 2 of making my own embellishments. So today I thought I would make up some rosettes which are handy for anything. So you can put them on mini albums, cards, various different projects, and they'll look great on anything. So I'm going to make a few. I've got some pattern papers looked out. Now these are old ones by Glitz Designs and they're from the beautiful Dreamer collection. I've had them a long time. They were down in my other supply shed and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to get these out and use them. Plus they're kind of shabby chic like. And I've got some white textured cardstock here as well to make some plain ones. And I've got various different glitters and mediums out for decorating them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out several of these. I'll speed through all the boring bits. I'll chop out the bits we don't need, and then we'll see what like we are at the end, and I'll probably throw in some still shots at the very end of all the ones and the different things that I've done to them, like the ones that I did yesterday, you know, with all the different glitters and flakes and glass and things that we put on those ones. So I'll get ahead with this lot and I'll be back and cut to when we've got all the bits cut. So I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, so I've made a few and I'm just sorting them into two piles, the bigger ones and the smaller ones. And the next stage will be just to fold them up. So the next step is to fold, concertina fold our die cuts. And if you can see, they've got fold marks on them, and it's just a case of folding them up. I find that this method works best for me, where I push the bottom bit under and then just hold on to the other bits at the side. I feel that I can go faster that way, so it's just a case of doing all the folds, and I like to give it a nice tight squeeze once it focuses. There we go. I like to give it a nice tight squeeze, and if you want at this stage, this is a good point to ink your edges. So I already have some distress ink here from when I was doing the stuff yesterday. Just give it a little brush. You can see that, just to take the white core of the fold away. You can see that. So there you go, you can see it's kind of taken a lot of the white core away, and then just pop that to the side. You can go over it again afterwards, but that's the two ways that I do it. Okay, so here we have all our little sections all zigzagged out. These are all little individual rosettes waiting ready to be made up. So let's do a little pink one to start with. Now what I'm going to do is get my non-stick mat out, and I've already got my glue gun heating up here. So what we're going to need is a little bit of tape just to hold these together. That's the next stage that we do. I only made these the other week there and I've forgotten already what I was doing. Right, so we've got our tape, and it's just a case of running the tape up the side and then just snipping that off. And then what we do is join this bit to this bit. Peel our tape off. and then join the edges till we get that kind of shape. And then we want to have all of these ready, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, there we go, we've got all our little rosettes all joined up now, and it's just a case of getting some hot glue, and I've already got my hot glue gun here, and assembling them. Okay. Alright, so just push it down like that. A blob of hot glue on the mat. Slide this over and place it down and hold. Now that holds a lot quicker than doing it the other way with the non stick mat. Because this glass cutting mat is cold, the glue's going to cool down a lot quicker. There we go, so that's all our little rosettes glued together, and if you can see, there's little bits of hot glue just on the tops of some of them. Now all I'm going to do is just take my scissors and snip that off. I'll show you how I do that. So it's just a case of taking your scissors flat up against the little glue thing and snipping, and that gets you a nice flat surface and your little glue bit comes off. So we've got all our little rosettes done, and to make them up, I'm going to put some hot glue on there and just squidge another one on top. Now I'm going to leave this one plain. Okay, so I need to get the little toppers. Now you don't have to put these on. You can put different ones on. I'll just pop this one on to let you see one plain, and then we can there we go. So that's a plain green gingham one, and this was from the K & Company paper, so that's quite pretty. You can see the dimension. Okay, so that's one. Now you can change them up a little bit. I had some gold washi tape here. I'm just winging this. How you can change it from being plain to just nice and sparkly. So we can put a little heart in the middle of that and see how just that one little bit of sparkle changes that whole thing. I love making these. Okay, so that's that one. Let's make up the rest of them. Where's that one that I did the... Okay, so here's the one that I had done the distressing of the edges. Okay, so what you can do is, once it's built up, you can go round the outside of the edges again and just add more. Okay, and that just gives you a little bit of definition in it. And what you can do is just go over the folds and you can see the difference. See how that gives you a little bit of an aged look? And you can do the same to the bottoms as well. So this is brushed corduroy I'm using. So I'll do half and I'll leave half. Can you see the difference in that? Just adds that little bit extra vintage feel to it. Okay. And you can also do it to the edges of our little toppers. A little bit of hot glue. Pop that on. There we go. And that's our distressed one. I put it alongside the non-distressed. You just see the difference. So it depends what kind of look you want to go for. Have I got a vintage button I can stick on that? I've got a tub of vintage buttons. Some of them have come off my school shirts from when I was a little girl, so some of these buttons are way old. I'll put that one on it. Don't burn your fingers. I'm a terrible one for burning my fingers with hot glue. So if you can, protect your fingers, or use tweezers when you're doing small objects. There we go. And that's it, just with an old vintage button on it. And once that's dry, I'll snip those little bits off that came up through it. Okay, so that's another one. Alright, so this is our gold one. I've got strands everywhere. This is our gold one. Quite pretty. I need to get rid of all the glue strands from underneath, but that's quite a nice one. So I'll pop that down there to dry. Okay, so that's us finished. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a dark surface in here because my camera keeps going a bit weird. Okay, so we've got a plain one, 2, 3 plain ones, 2 distressed, 1 stickles, 1 rock candy clear glitter, and then the German glass glitter on that one. I'll take stills and I'll put little toppers on these once I find what I can. I'm going to look for bits and pieces I can put on them, and then I'll be back to show you them with stills at the end. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, probably over on my blog midweek. I'll only be able to put videos up at the weekends, midweek if I get time, and I'll see you soon, and bye for now.